Hello and welcome to Andy's Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing Mad Men Series 1 and Mad Men Series 2. So basically Mad Men full stop. I'm not going to go into plot points. I'm just going to give my overall views on the series themselves and the greatness of Mad Men as a collective. Okay, first thing to say about Mad Men, set during the late 1950s, the early 60s, in Series 2. Series 3. Haha. Series 2 is actually the 1960s, set in New York, Manhattan, in an ad agency called Sterling Cooper, where you basically have a set of men who run the company and their women and their families. So the great thing is about Mad Men, that I think is brilliant, is the fact that it shows the totally different world in terms of gender roles and in terms of employment of women in that time. I mean, the first episode, the main character, Donald Draper, actually stands up and says to a woman, I'm not going to let you speak to me like this. He says that in public because he can't believe that a woman is putting forward her ideas on the advertising ideas that he has for her company, which to me was as a way into the series, this is episode 1, was just absolutely unbelievable. During this time you could smoke at work, you could drink at work. It was general mayhem that we luckily do not have today. Although, I would love to go to work and be able to open up a bourbon and light up a cigarette. I think that would be great, and I think it should be brought into employment law today so that men can smoke and drink instead of actually doing any real work and still go home with a 6-figure salary. I might say that to the next Prime Minister, David Cameron. Okay, but enough of that. Yes, okay, so Mad Men. The greatest thing is with Mad Men, the set design is absolutely beautiful. The costumes are just wonderful. In terms of a TV show, it's more, each episode is like watching a short film rather than an episode. But to me, the greatest thing about Mad Men is the characterization of the main character, Donald Draper, played by John Slattery, who to me is absolutely fantastic as a flawed, misogynistic, caring, almost emotionally violent man who is a womanizer, an alcoholic, but through him you then see the rest of the characters through his eyes and in terms of his aggressive stance in his professional life and his personal life. But you come out of Mad Men loving Don Draper. To me, Don Draper is the best thing about the series, which is fantastic. And the other thing I'll say about Mad Men is the way that there's another character called Peggy, who she starts off as a secretary in Series 1, but by the end of Series 2, she's got her own office, which kind of, I like the way it shows how women have been able to come into the workplace and now have more of their own standing within that workplace, even in such a society at the time in New York dominated by men. So it's just absolutely fantastic. And the greatest thing is with Mad Men, nothing much really happens in each episode, but with the dialogue and with the interactions and the character development are done so well that you kind of watch it and you think, that was good, and then 10 minutes later you just want to watch it again because you'll take more from it every time you watch it. Beautiful sets, lots of sex, lots of smoking, stunningly beautiful women, which as a man I don't have a problem with. You have the great Christina Hendricks, who I have a signed picture of above me, just there. Okay, I'm proud of that fact, but yes, okay, Mad Men, absolutely fantastic. And in terms of watching it on TV, I wouldn't really watch it unless you can get it in high definition, because on Blu Ray, the sets, the costumes, the beauty of everything in these seasons of Mad Men come to the fore. It is just fantastic. Special features, you have commentaries from the cast, you have documentaries, absolutely superb. So if you're thinking of buying the rubbish that's around today, like True Blood, or more rubbish like CSI, and all that type of rubbish, don't buy any of it. Go and take your $79.99 down to your local shop and get Mad Men Series 1 and 2 on Blu Ray, because to me, there's nothing better than sitting down with a nice bottle of Jack Daniels and a few episodes of Mad Men. I also intend to go into work tomorrow smoking and being rude to my female colleagues in a sexual way. For which, of course, I'll get sacked, but at least I'll seem like a character from Mad Men. That was a joke, okay, but from Christina and me, that's it. Bye, Mad Men. Good night.